Welcome to the King Jeff Podcast live Instagram show. This is a call-in interactive podcast. We want to extend this opportunity to the community to make connections. This podcast is about implanting a royal culture in communities worldwide. And I'm very serious about the task that I've been granted from God to do this, have this great opportunity to bless others and help make things better. Okay, well then do your thing, Instagram, do your thing. Let my followers know that we're on. Mike, what's up, big guy? What's up, my man, my son? Love you. You're gonna make me cry. Man, I miss you. And I mentioned my kids earlier, and I thought, wow, I forgot to mention Mike. It's like, whoa, I can't make that mistake again. So that was not good. I thought about that all day. So it won't happen again. Love you. So before we get started with the podcast, anyone who knows me know that I'm about that life. Like God gave me a vision and showed me how he was going to use me to empower the community and empower people. And I don't play with it. So I decided to go hard at it, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm about to play some music. I have 1 minute before the show starts, but it's a call-in show. You can text in questions. There is a live chat that is available, and you can send in questions, or you can call in and participate in that way. Stevie Wonder is the man. Stevie Wonder. Wow, that dude. That song was Superwoman. If you're interested, go check it out. It's exceptional. But I just needed to listen to my guy because today is our first day. It's our debut of it's our kickoff of the King Jeff podcast. And while I've been able to express what the podcast is about throughout the day, on several other posts, we do 6 posts a day. Hopefully people will start calling in once the following get up and people understand that this is a good place to share their concerns and to connect with people. We're implementing a royal culture in the community, and that's the only option. I'm committed to it, and I need your support. So now listen, my people, if you know me, you know that I'm for the people. The things that I've done for the last 30 years, they hadn't prioritized myself. Even when I became an educator, I quickly understood that I didn't make much money. And I understood that I was under earning. But because I loved the students and I understood my contribution to the community, I decided to stay on. I taught for 15 years. And in those 15 years, I was like, okay, I've served my time. I love my kids. But now I have to move on because now I have to earn the revenue to make the things happen in the community that I understood needed to happen. Working with a coalition of other strong men through the 100 Black Men's Organization, that was a great experience. I've worked with some great brothers and learned some things. But I came to understand that this is not enough. We don't have enough buy-in from people to join the 100 or to just get involved. It's as if the current was moving and the people were being tossed to and fro. And I understood it, but I understood that that was something that we needed to do about that. It wasn't the people's fault. It was the freedom fighters, those of us who are involved in the community. It was our job to communicate with the people to get them to understand that this is a good organization to work with, so that we can improve life for ourselves. So I put in a lot of time. So I need your support. Even if you have not done anything for anyone ever in life, if you're not community minded at all, if you don't normally contribute to things of empowerment, do this for me. At least like the videos. Do me a favor. Share the videos. Lastly, subscribe to the page. Subscribe to the page. That helps me and that helps us, because most of the energy that I put out is for the community. So helping me actually helps us. And it helps the community more so than myself. I'm a servant. So that's what I do. I serve. I don't want my birthday celebrated. I don't want gifts. I don't need pats on the back. I don't need hugs. I don't need praise. I don't need attention. I'm only here because I need the people to serve along with me, or I need the people's support to be able to make the moves that the community needs. We have wonderful children in our community. They should not have to do without the necessary things that they have, that they need, necessities, just because of a hard luck situation, because they were born in the wrong conditions or born to the wrong parents. That's unacceptable. I said from my first year of teaching that I would definitely I have to build a medium that could override ill nurturing. I had to put a program in place that could override bad or neglectful parenting, because I knew our kids were the bomb. I knew what our kids were capable of. And I wasn't going to allow anything to stop them from reaching their highest potential. The sad thing is, okay, so I'm not going to go negative. That's the least. If you are in my Rolodex, if you're a Facebook friend, a Instagram friend of mine, the least you can do is share. The Bible tells you, if you want a friend, to first show yourself friendly. Show yourself friendly. I know I've been a friend, a pretty good friend. Anybody who knows me, I'm willing to support. That's just that's my name. And it's not because I don't have things to do. I have a lot to do. But because I love and because I understand that heart of Christ, I understand the mind of God to a degree. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm online right now doing a podcast. Is it your intention to stay on?
Yes, I can stay on. That's fine.
Okay, wonderful. Do you have something for me?
I wanted to ask a question regarding business.
Okay, well, hold on one second.
Okay.
Well, hey, we have a caller called in that has a business question. Yes, ma'am. What is your question?
Right now I'm currently trying to build a a business, but I don't have a storefront, so I'm trying to do it more so from just home and easing into it. What are some resources or I guess a support system that would be available to help me just to get started?
Well, I think you have a great mindset, because your overhead, your greatest overhead is usually your mortgage, your rent. So you say you don't have a storefront, and you're seeing about starting the business at home.
Right. Yes.
That's excellent thought, excellent idea. But I can give you one even better than that. Finding did you say something?
No, I just said okay.
Okay. Yes, I can give you one even better than cutting that cost. And that's a great start. Like I said, your main overhead, your largest overhead is usually your rent or mortgage. So you're being resourceful. You're giving yourself a loan right off the top. You're starting your business. This is and that's very intelligent. Start very, cautiously, be very casual in your spending, do not go out and be elaborate. So the best thing that I can do is tell you, always consider partnerships.
Okay.
You already took a great step at alleviating the cost of your largest overhead. Now let me give you another raise. Partnerships. So if you know anyone, and if it's possible to connect with any like-minded people who's working or interested in the same field, who share your interests, who share your goals, definitely try to partner with somebody else. It's intelligent. It gives you the ability to sustain. Most businesses fall off before the first 5 years. And I'm a testament to that. I've been in business for some years, and I've had ups and downs, and it's a truth.
Okay, so even if it's a smaller business, and I guess my concern with the partnership is if it's a smaller business and they kind of do the same thing I do, my thing I'm concerned with is I'm still trying to build my clientele. So would I find someone who's already well established that could probably kind of give me some clientele, or my concern would be if we're doing the same thing, how can I make money if they're doing the same thing that I'm trying to do?
So why can you answer the question, why are you going into business?
I want to be my own boss. I've been, as far as, doing the same career, and now I'm just ready to step on my own kind of fortune to basically to just have more flexibility in what I want to do. And right now I don't feel like that flex want to do. So, even one of my questions was, do I just run the business part-time before quitting my job? So right now I'm in the process of just trying to decide how to build my business to make it strong enough so that I can be able to leave just my day-to-day job.
Absolutely. You can't leave your job until you have a alternative plan. So if this business can't sustain your lifestyle, your way of living, of course, you shouldn't put that type of pressure on it. If you can continue it and introduce it prior to leaving your job, I highly, highly recommend that. You live in a house, right?
Yes.
Okay. You like your home?
Yes.
You drive a vehicle?
Yes.
And you purchase gas for it, right?
Yes.
That's like a college tuition. I'm sorry. The new gas prices that are out there. But
right.
Considering that you need this job to maintain your lifestyle and offer a flexible schedule, so you need to maximize your gain over a short period of time. within the same, what are your work days like? How long do you work?
Pretty much 8 to 9 hours. And I mean, I could do my business, like I said, after work and on the weekends. And that's why I said I'm still trying to build that clientele. So I would love to partner with someone, but I'm still building my clientele as well. So if we're kind of doing the same thing, I'm like, oh, well, honestly, I'll be like, well, are they going to be giving me clients or I mean, I'm trying to figure out how would this work to be able to partner with someone.
If you find someone who's ahead of you, you've been blessed, because most people who are ahead, they usually don't reach back in Sankofa and bring others along, even if it benefits them. It depends on the group that you're working with. Some groups see that as a benefit. For instance, let's say that they have $20,000, and then they have a partner who wants to come in, who wants to be a minority partner, who has $10,000. That person who is the lead person that has $20,000 now has access to $30,000 if they see things appropriately. And now, because this person invested $20,000 and that other person, minority investor, brought $10,000, obviously, excuse me, the one who's ahead that invested the most is going to have a larger profit margin. So that goes to be understood. But that helps you, because now you were working from a $10,000 market and now you're working from a $30,000 market. That helps you. And lastly, think about the business, like if you wanted to profit from this business. So if the business, like there's a lot of people in the world. So for you to say that I'm just starting, I don't have many clients and I have to win them, like it's a big world out there. So I understand if that person is doing the business and now you're entering the field, that's going to help you. Like that person can't cover the entire world. So they only have their market in their area. And they already have a head start on you anyway. So if you were going to go in and try to steal their clients or take their clients, that's going to be tough, as a new person in the field, because there's always people out there who need the service that you can, that are accessible. Like even the Bible says that the harvest is plentiful, the laborers are few. Like there's much more harvest out there than the number of people trying to meet the needs of the people.
Right. Okay.
So that's beneficial to you to partner with someone else.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'll look into that because that's something I haven't really thought about partnering. I was just going to kind of do things on my own and just work towards building my clients and then hopefully be able to secure, what I need to kind of branch out and leave my job. So.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Well, that's a great, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you called my show, so we're going to talk about it. Why did you want to venture? Why was venturing on your own your option?
Well, right now, like I said, just kind of not having the freedom to be creative and to do what I like to do. When you're working for other people, you are limited on what you can do because you have to follow their rules and their policies and what they give you. So, I have my own strategies, my own philosophy, my own rules about how I do things when I work with my clientele. So that's the reason why, to be able to have that freedom and enjoy what I'm producing, because it's something that I have put so much effort into and now I want to be able to use it. So that's pretty much why. And also flexibility. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
The flexibility thing I see. The creative thing, let me encourage you to see creativity differently. never allow anyone to take your person away. Are you understanding me? Like if you worked on a job and it's just like monotonous, if it's, you do the same thing, it's the same mundane thing, you go in, you cook the fries and there are rules to how you cook fries and you just have to follow that script. I get that. But you mentioned creativity. Like never allow anyone to take away your creativity. Like that's something you possess, so don't ever let that happen, no matter what job you work on, because then you're dying. It's like having a partner who you're invisible to.
Right. Okay, I get that.
Yes, so never allow that to happen.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate the advice.
You're welcome. There's one more thing I want to mention that we didn't cover yet.
Okay.
Imagine what partnership can do for you. If you were racing someone and you had one leg and they had two legs, who do you think would win that race?
The two legs, of course, yeah.
Okay, so then consider that. Two arms are better than one. Am I right?
Yes.
So if that makes good common sense in those scenarios, how would having two people working on the same agenda in partnership with a huge market that's out there, are the two capable of doing more work than the one, or no?
Well, no, if there's two people, you get much more done.
So I'm glad you said that. So then you're answering your own concern.
Right.
Initially, you felt threatened by the partnership, but now you're expressing profit in business.
Right.
Exactly. So share the risk, share the rewards, and it will expedite your growth. That's why you see other pre-existing companies integrating and collaborating with other companies. That's why you'll see a McDonald's at a Shell gas station, or Burger King at, and Taco Bell and Pizza Hut.
Right.
Yes, it's that same concept. So Rome was not built in a day, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So don't rush. I like the way that you didn't rush into leaving your job. Don't do that. I lived that personally. So God gave me a vision and showed me how he was going to use me. And I taught for 3 additional years and I was ready to leave. And he did not release me. And it became very, very traumatizing. I love the kids, but it was like, wow, Lord, you showed me how you're going to help me expand the community. And although I had access to, as a teacher, I had access to like 600 kids each year, and that was great. But the community provides more kids than that.
Right.
And that creativity thing, like in a school structure, even though I was kind of, a teacher that was like, I was a loose cannon in terms of like, I kind of did my own thing. I knew I was leaving and I knew our kids needed, certain services that the school district would not provide. So it was like, no, I'm providing it. So I get you on the creativity thing.
Thank you. Yes, that's important to be able to enjoy what you do,
Absolutely. So do you have any other questions?
No, that's it. I appreciate your advice, and yes, we'll look into who's doing the same thing that I'm doing. So, at least as far as to give me advice, and maybe point me in the right direction. So,
Absolutely. I mean, certain communities have had, rather it's, certain experiences, certain groups have gone through things that were intentionally, divisive. It divided their community and taught them to not trust, or, especially if you come from, poverty too. And it's not just poverty, but just a lower class. Sometimes you kind of want to hoard the things that you have. And
Right.
sometimes it causes you to look at alliance as a negative thing, unity as a bad thing. And that's not the case. So,
Exactly.
well, thank you so much for calling in.
I appreciate it. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So for anyone else, feel free to check in, call in. We'd love to have you. Remember, if you're looking for a new relationship, if you're looking for a love, a strong relationship, whether you're male or female, if you're looking for a business partner, or if you're looking for a community development team, feel free to call in. That's the purpose. Through this forum, we want you to hook up with other like-minded people that can help you grow. That prosperous community that we talk about regularly in the ULA, regularly on the King Jeff podcast, at the Matrix Financial Group 2. This is all we talk about. Community effort, collaboration, networking, unity. Developing a prosperous community requires people interacting in a healthy way with one another. So as I was saying before the caller called in, and I'm thankful that she did, I was saying that I need your support. If nothing else, just like the videos, share the videos, and watch the videos. Even if you just do that for me. If you've never done anything else to help Jeff, or if you like Jeff, do those things. Every video that you see, please like it. Every video that you see, hit play, listen to it, share it. Even if you can't listen to it, just hit play and go do your work. But I need hours. I need hits, because this is the thing, just another thing to provide and support our community effort. I'm working with the Black Gold Nation, which is a great organization as well. Like the partnerships that I'm preaching to you now, and that I was encouraging that caller to do. That's what I'm about. We're partnering with other like-minded people. So rather it's, I'm not going to start calling names, but not that I have a problem with it. The 100 Black Men's Organization, the NAACP, Black United Front. I mean, all the sororities, all the fraternities. Like I'm willing to come together. I'm willing to come together. We absolutely have to do this. Separated and alone, it's not going to work. How has it worked for us so far? Together, we can change the world. Divided, not much will change. Now, there are 7 key areas, and then I'm going to close with this. If anyone else have a call, a question that they would like to ask, you can call in, you can text. We have a live chat, or you can wave and ask to be brought in, and I'll let you in. Easy. Okay? So, excuse me. I'm taking this from Tamani. If everybody does something, everything will get done. If everybody does something, everything will get done. And we need hands on board. But even if you're not willing to contribute anything physically or getting involved, support, like, and share the videos. Subscribe to each of my channels so that we can somehow gain influence, gain revenue, and gain followers so that other people can join in as well. I've come to realize that most of the efforts that the community movers and shakers initiate, most of them are not successful in terms of, if you talk contribution to people, most of them are successful. But if you talk about profitability, like we usually put into things, we usually don't get as much out of the thing that we invest. For instance, if we spent $800 for a venue to provide services to the community, that's a real hard $800 that came from pocket to hand. So that's $800 that was spent. We usually don't profit. We usually don't make that $800 back. So that's a loss. Sometimes you probably, make maybe $200 back. Sometimes you probably won't get anything back. Okay, well, that's a major loss. And to repeat that cycle, that's how businesses go out of business. That's how people get frustrated. That's how people get moved from those roles and have to actually move from the social service position and then actually have to go and get employment in other places. But if you jump into your entrepreneur and you launch, business thoughts and ideas, and you place your time, your talent, your money behind those things, you want them to be successful. And you need the support of the people to make sure those things are successful. All the infighting, all the self-hate, it has to end. If you're one of my contacts, if you're one of my Facebook friends, and you do not respond or like my stuff, and I'm asking you to, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, that means you really don't really like me or have any care for me. So do me a favor, just unfollow, and don't make me do it, please. If you don't do anything else, just do that. Just unfollow and disconnect, and I won't have that problem anymore, because I only want the real people who have real concern to, be a part of what I'm doing. There's no need to peep in if you're not interested in supporting it. And I know probably a large population of people, probably most of the people that I got to know here, I don't see them liking, accepting, or doing much of anything. And I've invested quite a bit of time with these people. And because of whatever foolishness, guess they chose a side, I guess. But anywho, I'm going to close with this. There are 7 key areas that the King Jeff podcast focuses on. Our cultural codes, come from our Matrix project, TheWayToPower. So my sons, by the way, Mike, I wish I had a picture of you. Well, I do, with the ULA shirt on. But anywho, you're a part of it. So anytime you see that, know that you're a part of it. Proud of you. Be great. No options. So the 7 pillars that we subscribe to everyone. The first thing is to say that we're going to endorse you to partner with people. Like, you're coming to us, we're going to test you out and then endorse you to other people. Or we're going to say, no, you're not serious. You're not the kind of person that we're trying to build upon. You're not ready yet. And we're not saying that you can't eventually be, but if you're a guy and you just, trying to play the field and you're just, about having parties and running around having fun, we're not trying to hook you up with a serious woman who's trying to find a husband, or, in that type of thing. We're not going to endorse and set that woman up for that foolishness. Unless you've had a heart broken, you'll never know why we won't do that. Like, if you had your heart broken, you understand exactly why we won't hook the guy up who's not ready with a young lady who's serious about, potentially finding a husband. Okay, the 7 pillars. The first is we want to make sure that you're healthy in all 5 areas: spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, and socially. And then we're going to find out if you're effectively educated, if you're conscious to the things that concern you in the community in which you live, the society in which you live. Are you culturally, ethnically, all of those areas? Are you conscious to what's going on? The third thing, do you see yourself as a community member? Understand that you're a part of a community and you have an obligation within that community to assure your good fortune. Not just yours, but for the community. That's why we said a prosperous community. It's a collective thing. You're not by yourself. The fourth thing is accountability. Do you swiftly fulfill obligations while being subject to authority that holds you to account? Are you accountable? Do you handle your business quickly? Do you take care of your schoolwork like now? And nobody's perfect, so we're not condemning you. Even if you didn't get it right today, well, hurry up and quickly get back on the good foot. Don't let anybody condemn you. Nobody's perfect. No one got it right all of the time. So if you missed it on Monday, go ahead and get back to recover. Okay? Because winning habits is the thing that's going to sustain you. It's going to sustain you. Let's take this. If you, in regards to accountability, if you got 20 things right and you got one thing wrong, you still have a 95%. That's a great job. So I tell parents all the time, don't see that one mistake and then condemn him because of it or her because of it. Understand that it's a mistake. Deal with it, or you got it wrong, and deal with it. Hold them accountable, but don't, crucify them. And don't condemn them. Just parent them. Encourage them. Show them where they made the mistake. That's responsible parenting. Parents need to be accountable too. Okay? The fifth thing is legacy. What's your legacy? What are you willing to die for? You need to care about something beyond yourself. Every day you leave the classroom, what's the impression you're going to leave behind? Every day you leave a room, what's the impression you left behind? Are you a jerk, or are you someone that people feel favorable about you? What are you going to leave behind? Life insurance, inheritance. What are your children going to inherit from your life? Debt? That wouldn't be a good thing. So we're encouraging you to consider your legacy. We have all of these things are in the Matrix Project. It took me a while to put this together, but these are cultural codes these are winning ways. Everybody needs to know our codes, and this is a good source to get it done. That's 5, legacy. The 6th thing is economic development. You got to have economic sense. I was just encouraging our caller to find the most efficient way to success. Partnerships, collaborations, unless you just have a fat pocket and you have resources that you don't have to consider partnerships, then okay, go do your thing. But even then, it's always great to bring others along. That's an obligation. As a father, I commit to being a phenomenal father. But guess what? I said, whoa, I am a great father, and I'm a tough dude. I'm a tough, strong dude. I'm strong enough to bring others along. As my children grow and benefit from having a phenomenal father, well, let some other kids have a phenomenal father as well. A phenomenal father figure, a phenomenal uncle, a phenomenal neighbor. Don't just get your own kids great. Share the load. Allow other people to feed off of you. If you got it going on like that, well, share the load then. Okay? And that was economic sense, economic development, being systemically dependent upon others for your physiological needs, your physical needs, for those things. You're at a major deficit, excuse me, when you allow external control over your survival. You want to assure your survival. And the only people or the only person who can secure your survival and your, existence is you. Got it? And the last thing is community protection. Protect that which is yours. Be willing to protect the integrity of that which is true and pure. If I have a community and I have a cancer inside of my house, I have to take care of that. I need to make sure that I don't allow this cancer to destroy my home from the inside. If I have threats on the outside, I have to protect my community. That even if it's not hurting my house in particular, but I have a community out there that's a threat that's hurting my community. So let's say that I'm a tough guy. The dope man didn't set the dope house up, the trap house up next door to my crib, but he set it up like right down the street by Miss Lorraine. Miss Lorraine is a single mother, has 3 children, and but the men, we have to raise a standard. That violence is going to spill over in that drug traffic. It's going to spill over to not just, Miss Lorraine, but it's going to eventually spread to us too. So the thing that we absolutely have to do is make sure that outside threat has to be dealt with. Community protection. We have to protect Miss Lorraine and her children and those neighbors in our community from self-destructive things, police who are predators. So whatever ism, racism, classism, sexism, whatever it is, have to put a stop to it and not allow other people to harm the integrity of our community. Okay? Everyone deserves a fair chance to live and succeed without anybody treading on their rights and hindering their way. I'm a bad boy. We're looking for other bad boys and any other tough men and other intelligent men and tough women and, people who have goodwill toward men that want to participate. That's what this whole show is about. Creating alliances So next time, hopefully someone will get more callers. It's going to grow over time, and it's going to be great. But support the ULA, support the King Jeff podcast, support the Matrix Financial Group, and support the Black Gold Nation. We're doing great things, and call in next time so we can hook you up and put your information out there so that others can see who you are and get connected with you so that we can build. All right. Well, thank you so much. God bless you guys. Thank you for looking in. Mike, I love you. Wow, you still on? Anyway, it was a pleasure talking to the community, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. Talk to you soon. Call in, share, like the video, and subscribe. Talk to you later. Peace.